Hi, this is Vanessa Brewster. You all know me. I'd like to say running superstar, but that's not true. Anyway, I'd like to say thank you very much for an audience with Rob and Simon and the Band of Runners.
All right, Si, how you doing, mate?
Yeah, I'm good.
How's lockdown treating you, buddy?
What day is this? 25, 26? Something like that?
I don't know the day. I think it's Saturday, buddy. How you doing,
Today
mate?
is Saturday. Today's Saturday.
Today's Saturday, yeah.
Let's remind
Well done.
everyone, I'm furloughed. You're applying for stuff.
I'm currently unemployed, but
Yeah.
also loving life.
So we're going good.
How about you?
Well, I've told you I'm furloughed.
Yeah, we're going good. We're going good.
Good.
I know you're furloughed. So what are you up to, Si? What are you doing with your spare time, buddy?
What? Oh, my spare time. Yeah. What are we doing? So
You don't have any spare time? What are you talking about?
right. Okay, so my mornings are I have my boys in the mornings, and then in the afternoon.
Nice.
In the afternoon, I just sort of waste time. I literally waste time.
Is having the boys like your workout of the day?
Yes, definitely.
Because that must be quite involved. Yeah.
So I've got 3-year-old twins, and 3-year-old twins are very tough. So we have to.
Are you still are you powerlifting them? Are you like putting one on each arm and doing your reps and stuff?
We do stuff like that.
We know you like the gym, don't you?
Yeah, I used to. I mean, I don't even know what the gym is anymore. We play a game, Peppa Pig. We play Peppa Pig every day, which is
not competitive, obviously.
No, it's not, because they just don't get it. So they'll roll. So they've got a dice. They'll roll like a 3 or a 4, and my eldest will, by 59 seconds, will move his piece. Mummy pig or daddy pig, he'll move that 4 squares, right? And then the youngest will go, and then he'll roll a 1, he'll roll his 1, I'll roll mine, I'll get a 5, I'll roll mine 5. Back to the youngest again, or the oldest, whatever. He'll roll it a 5, then he'll just take it back to the start line and move it 5 again. So this is a game that never ends. It's a game that never ends.
Simon, they're just getting used to doing lap marathons, my friends. They know how it works. They're man after your own heart.
What have you been doing?
Boys after your own heart.
What have you been doing, Rob? What have you been doing?
What have I been doing? So I do myself a little list. So at the moment, I don't have a job. I'm doing myself a little list every day, like I would if I did have a job, and I'm trying to keep some basic structure. But those things are, and I'm sure people can relate.
Basic
to this,
structure.
Like,
Have you remembered to have breakfast, lunch, and dinner?
Yeah, for sure. No, I'm doing that sort of vaguely around alcohol, but I am like keeping that sort of structure there. But the structure is having a few things to do every day, and one of those things, my favourite thing actually, weirdly, is to write nice things about other people and do the Daily Band of Runners blog, which I know you're going to help me with, aren't you, buddy?
Yeah,
so,
you're giving that to me tomorrow, aren't you?
Well, yeah, get on it.
That's a mistake.
You can help me out, can't you, bud?
I'm not going to be able to
I'm
march on like you
but...
do. Mine's going to be sort of 500 words, not the essays you write.
I like writing nice things about people. And it's weird, actually. We've talked a lot on this podcast with people, you know, who sometimes will say we don't know them that well. But it's weird how much you know about people who you spend, I don't know, a few hours with across a year. It's weird how much you know about them because of the intensity you go through, because of the stuff you talk about when you're out jogging. It's mad. You know so much about these people, and you probably shouldn't. You probably know a lot more than some of their friends if you're someone who's talking to me. But no, it's awesome, and I really like doing it. And hopefully, you know, that keeps people ticking over. And you're going to help me out with it, aren't you, bud? So
yeah, I'm hoping to take over tomorrow. Yeah. Can I take it tomorrow?
Yep. That sounds like an agreement. That's on you now, buddy.
Yeah, just tomorrow.
You did a big, just tomorrow, mate. Just tomorrow, and then we'll see how it goes. I'll review it. And You did a big run the other day, didn't you? Back to one of our favourite points, the Weir, didn't you?
I did. I said I've had enough of this, and I went and took my daily exercise thing. I went down to Phoenix Running. I went down to the Weir pub, which is where we'll start and finish. And what do you want to know? I went there. I went there.
No, but you did a big guest briefing, didn't you? Like you're in Russell Crowe, Gladiator or something. Wasn't
that great? Did daily briefing, then just ran the marathon route that Phoenix Running normally do. So up to
Hampton Court, was it?
That's right. Yeah, Hampton Court. Took a photo.
Mate, I think everyone enjoyed it quite a lot. So
yeah,
you saw you took inspiration from some of my recent photos where I was doing my little silhouette pictures. So
what?
That hardened me. No, you're doing the thing where you're like putting your hand up and stuff.
Okay, I've not seen your silhouette pitch. What have you been up to, Rob? What have you been up to?
What I've been running quite a lot because I don't have a great deal else to do. I've been making sure I just get my runs in on the treadmill and then outside once a day, as much as I can. It's been good, actually. Like, not every day is good, let's be honest. But when the days are good, just try and hit the hay and just try and make hay while the sun is shining or whatever.
Rob, shut your face. What did you do today?
What did I do today? Today, I ran, Simon, as you well know,
Mm-hmm.
you organised a 5-kilometre back garden run, which is virtual, by the way, virtual run, with the Mole Valley Runners, who are a group in Surrey. And I'm kind of an associate member of that.
Yeah, you're a social member. You're a social member.
A social member of, people that know this group, but also for the NHS, just raising some money, just putting a little contribution in to do the run, and dressed up in Beatrice, which is my little unicorn friend, as everyone knows now, and did a little jog around my garden, which was actually horrific but funny and fun, and it took up an hour and a half of my day doing 5k because GPS is just not great in your garden, and that was fun. It occupied me. Made me kind of happy. I think it made a few other people kind of happy.
I loved it. I have to say, I mean, I don't today for me and this virtual 5-kilometre run, whatever we did, I've got to trawl now through reams and reams of videos and pictures of stuff. Oh, it was awesome. I loved it. Come on. It was great.
It was hilarious. No, while I was doing it, because obviously running around your garden, you've got a lot of corners and stuff to take. You can't get some speed up. You want to occupy yourself. So part of that for me was music, but part of that, as it always is, part of that was also looking at other people doing their little back garden runs too, and that got me through it. Like, definitely. I know I'm a walking cliche, but I loved watching other people wearing their shell suits and wearing their stupid outfits, and they're dressed as Batman, and their kids making signs, which is seriously beautiful. And it's brilliant what you created. It's so silly, but it's amazing that we have stuff like this going on.
There went some bling. And we've got to sort that out.
And then win some of your bling, right? Are you trying to clear out your cupboard of medals, yeah?
Yeah, pretty much. I'm not trying to.
Too many medals, buddy.
Didn't want to, but yeah, here we go. People are going to win these things.
That's the giving part of Simon Staples, isn't it? This is the unselfish part of Simon that we're all getting to meet and love.
So I know we're too far gone now, so let's get this guest out, surely. Is it about time?
I want to intro this lovely lady because Vanessa Brewster is the lady you want to speak to, and God alive, we've got her on a hook like a fish, but she's not a fish. She's actually a brilliant runner. She's an amazing lady. She's run over 300 marathons, and she's one of my favourite people that I've ever run with, just because she's so funny, she's so interesting, and she's just so down to earth and brilliant. She's done 100 marathons a long time ago, even though she doesn't seem that old, but she's done actually over 300 marathons, and she's done 29 bloody London marathons. So we're going to talk about that, and here she is, Vanessa Brewster.
Here we go. Yay!
Hey!
Here we are.
Good evening. How you doing, Vanessa?
Oh, well, what can I say? I've got my Miss World speech already, as in, I love you all, I love animals. What can I say? I'm a spiritual person and I'm just so honoured to be here. I've got my tiara on.
This
You won
is
an
rehearsed.
award. This isn't the Oscars.
This is rehearsed. This is rehearsed, isn't it?
No, I'm just very honoured to be here.
No,
There you go.
Oh my goodness, no one's ever
And
said
because
that
everybody's
before.
on lockdown, they can't run off. See, even better.
Yeah, close the doors. They got to listen.
They definitely can't run off, and they're a captive audience for you. Lovely. It's nice talking to you. I love hearing your voice.
Oh my God, you do need to get out more, Rob.
I'm not allowed. So what are we going to do about that? Hey, well, no, thanks for joining us, Vanessa. Thanks for giving up your evening of, I don't know what day it is, Saturday?
It is Saturday, yeah, Rob, Saturday.
Yeah, oh, thank you.
Saved.
Yeah, I we appreciate the time, and everyone actually really wanted to hear from you, so no pressure.
You really have got
but you're
some
gonna
very
bring
sad
these
listeners then, that's all I
banters.
can say.
Well, we're not to judge, are we? But so, like, how have you been doing since this all started? What are we on now? We're at 4 weeks, aren't we? Since we
I
got
think this is like
locked
day
down.
25 or 6 of lockdown.
Well, you're the one with the whiteboard side.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we're coming up to 4 full weeks of lockdown. What have you been doing, Nessa, as like a weekly runner? Are you still running and stuff, or?
I'm still running, so basically I've got to be honest and say I'm a lucky person here because I do have the option I can work from home. So I'm not being rude because I know there's a lot of people out there who are struggling, who don't get, I'm not being funny, who can't get paid and stuff like that. So, but I've never really worked from home before. So I've got to be honest and say I kind of find it a bit weird that you don't get up and have to do girly things like wash your hair and stuff like this, and you can just be, you just roll over to your computer, as it were.
Are you working in your PJs then? Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm actually still flying the flag for the Essex woman. I'm still doing the eyelashes, the makeup, the hair.
Still looking ream. Is that what they say over there?
Girl,
that's
what Joe
it. Good
says,
man.
Yeah. See, he's done some research.
I have. I've done some research.
Yeah, indeed.
Nessa, the question is knickers or no knickers?
I'll leave that to your imagination, but there is one thing I'd probably say is you haven't seen any flies around recently, have you? So there you go. You've gone silent.
I don't know what that means. I don't even know what knickers, no knickers means.
I'm pretending I know what it means.
Yeah.
So, but the follow-up question, what's work?
What's work? Well, I have a very posh title, but it doesn't mean anything. To be fair, so I do what's called forensic surveillance, which which makes me sound actually like I've got a bit of a kind of.
You sound pretty
brain,
important.
But I think I was just very lucky that I kind of blagged it a few years ago, and they haven't yet found out. But we live in hope.
Is it like being in Minority Report? Do you like one of the people laying in those pools and all these screens are above you? And,
Yes.
No? You see the future and you see all the crimes we're going to commit.
I wouldn't say I see the future because basically I look to see for trends and patterns in stocks and shares, that type of thing. And
Vanessa,
so
this sounds incredibly posh.
No.
Oh my goodness.
Shut up with my accent. No. So basically it's to make sure that the little people like us don't get ripped off by the big sharks out there for things like dodgy mortgages, dodgy stocks and shares, that type of thing.
Are you available to sort out my life anytime soon?
So basically,
I'd like to,
I
like,
sit there,
hard
I
book
wear my
that.
flasher Mac during the day and try to find naughty people. See, there you go.
The naughty sorts, as we say. That's it.
And I just wear that flasher Mac for any reason. To be fair.
Other
So,
question
okay,
I should
so
have asked
Vanessa,
up front, what we all drinking?
I'm on rosé, obviously.
Love it. Simon?
So I'm on my 4th can of let's keep this simple. Goose IPA, 330ml.
Oh, that's good. I had one of those earlier. I'm drinking a Perla Wussrud Pure, which I think is a Klingon beer, and the Klingon means shit Polish coffee beer.
No, doesn't it mean you'll be clinging onto the radiator later to stand up? Isn't that what a Klingon
Clinging
means?
onto something, my lovely. Leave that to your imagination. Oh,
So yeah, sorry, Vanessa. So you're working. You are working from home. You're getting out running,
Yes.
I'd imagine.
Yes, every day. I'll be honest,
Nice.
but
Well done.
I'll be honest, it's really hard to be motivated.
It is,
By
isn't it?
about 5 o'clock, I feel like I deserve to have a rosé. So I really have to push myself out the door first.
There's no medals outside anymore.
Yeah, it's the golden hour, isn't it? Where the sort of sun's going down. It's like, well, maybe I'll just sneak in a little jog and then I can have my drink.
Exactly. It's kind of like I need it to, the kind of calorie deficit to how many glasses of wine per run can you actually sort of, fit in there. But still.
Well, we've been calculating that in the weir a few times, haven't we?
Yes. So you and I have to do an ultra every day.
We recently talked when we were talking to Mr. Mizzy last time. We did actually reminisce about the time I fell face first onto the floor when we were coming out of the that pub in Walton-on-Thames. I forgot there were steps, didn't I?
You did it with such grace and style, though. That to be fair, you were actually, how can I put it? You
like
were,
a swan.
No, you were actually an ambassador for the 100 Marathon Club, I think, that day when you fell over. Because it was gazelle-like, it was with style, it was with grace. So there you go.
No one's ever said that. What are you drinking?
I haven't had that much.
How
yet,
much
'cause I
rosé
felt a
have
bit
you had?
nervous.
Crumbs.
You're not nervous, Vanessa, surely?
We've got
Yes,
Vanessa's
I'm
nervous.
being around you two, you make me nervous.
Why?
Yes.
Why?
What?
Why?
Because
Yeah, see, there's no
He's
I
the
need.
least
don't want to make
intimidating
a
person in the
total
world.
arse of myself and you.
There's no need for it. There's no need for it.
I get being intimidated around him. He's very judgmental, but I'm like the least intimidating person in the world. I'm a joke. A swan, bloody hell. Anyway.
Right, come on, Rob, because I'm half cut. What's happening then tonight?
So, right, we're going to start inevitably, Nessa. We've looked at your spreadsheet. Thanks for sending it over. I think Mr. Eddie does that for you, doesn't he?
He did my last lot. To be
Your
fair,
partner in crime.
My first lot was bless his little heart, Mr. Roger Biggs. So there you
Oh,
go,
wow.
our old chairman.
What do you mean? You get people to do your spreadsheet for you?
No, I'm so useless that basically what happened was I was about 185 marathons behind on my spreadsheet. I'm
How
not
on
joking.
earth? How on earth?
Exactly. So bless his little heart. If anybody speaks to Brian is a legend who does the spreadsheet. So I sent him this email one day and kind of went, hiya. It was coming up to Christmas as well. Hiya, happy Christmas, all that malarkey. Here you go. He's about 185 marathons behind. Take that. And if you don't mind, I'm coming close to my 300. Do you reckon you could kind of like do it?
Are you kidding me?
It just sort of happened. I don't know how it happened.
So sorry, these 185 weren't even on your sheet, or what? Or they hadn't
No,
been.
they weren't even on my sheet.
So sorry,
Vanessa, you've stepped into a bad place here.
So sorry,
'cause you
hang
shouldn't
on.
have
So
questions.
you've said you've given this chap Brian a spreadsheet with nothing on it, and said I've done.
No,
100...
they had my first 100.
Yeah.
And then they had a few futile leading up towards 200.
Yeah.
And then I hit him with the remainder.
So what was on the spreadsheet though? Nothing. The remainder.
Literally time, the place.
Yeah.
And
no date.
And if you were very lucky on some of them, there was my running number.
What? Yeah, that's all right
That's
then.
all right. That's okay.
So what did Paul Bryan have to go and have a look at then?
He had to check everything because most people
all
are
the times.
Yeah, no, most people are very good, aren't they? And they do it in batches of like sort of 50.
Okay, yeah. So you just threw 185.
Yeah.
Okay, no, well that isn't the worst thing in the world, but that is pretty mental. But then again, you are pretty mental, and you've done quite a lot of marathons.
I'll be honest with you. I had a bit of a kind of leading up towards my 200th. I had this bit sort of, why? What am I doing this for? It's raining. Do I actually want to go running? And I kind of had this, I'm sure going to the pub is much nicer. So I kind of had this, the whole mojo malarkey, which I'm sure everybody goes through, but perhaps some people don't admit it. So I just kind of thought, yeah, I'll get there one day, and then just never really bothered to write them down. And it was always something I was going to do.
But to be fair, you have been doing this a fairly long time, even though you don't ever look this old, Vanessa. But you were actually running your first marathon when little Si and me were still like toddlers going to nursery school in 1991. I was 5 years old when you ran your first London Marathon
See,
back
there
in
you go.
1991. I just want to
There
know
you go.
what got you to do that? Like,
Basically, the gene pool in my family is not great, right? So basically, I was kind of ginger and round. So there you go. So one day I thought, it's true. So I was kind of ginger and round. Do you remember like those space balls? I can't remember what you call them. The space hoppers.
Yeah, hoppers.
Space hoppers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was like kind of like a space hopper until I was about 19, and then I suddenly thought I can run the London Marathon. So I entered, and everybody said you won't get in straight away, and yes, I did. And so the reality was, old Porky had to run a marathon, and that was that. And so
I know how you feel.
So I went to do the London Marathon. And I'll be honest with you, years ago, used to buy a proper runner's magazine, as in go to the little shop, put your little pennies behind the bar, and and get your magazine. Not like everything's online now. So I bought this Runner's World, and it was a get you round the London Marathon spreadsheet thingy, right? So I basically did that, and if it said you have to run 3 miles today, I run as near as I could 3 miles.
There we go.
So I really stuck to it.
Yep,
and
you're in my camp.
Day,
Yeah,
did the
you're a
London
Staples.
Marathon, and I was actually like, oh, this isn't that bad. I haven't died. I'm still okay. My legs work. I can still drink a wine after. My wine arm hasn't been affected.
All the faculties are still working.
So basically, Vanessa, you followed the rule book and it worked. Hey,
yes.
Presto, Rob.
Yes, and
I don't like it. I don't like that.
This was that guide that just was a get you round. It wasn't to do 4 hours, 5 hours, 6 hours.
I still don't like it.
No, I like it.
Of course
I think
you do.
the sad thing is, it's the discipline, isn't it? If it's raining and you've got to do a long run, you guys know it, especially you, Simon, blimey, because you're like a little whippet. You go out and you do it. And that's the big thing, isn't it? It's getting your bum off of that sofa and kind of getting out and kind of going, oh, is it Coronation Street omnibus or go for a run?
Oh, no.
Hard one there.
Telly went out the window ages ago, Vanessa. I don't even bother with telly anymore.
Except dogs of interesting jobs. So
Yeah,
did
dogs
you
of
do
jobs.
it for Did you do it for charity, Vanessa, or did you get in on the ballot? Because I know it was a little bit easier back then.
I got in on the ballot, but I did it for a charity, and I remember this again shows how things have changed. I think, oh God, in those days it was probably shillings and pence still, but so
Yeah,
I
it really
didn't
wasn't.
I didn't raise a great deal of money for it was for a hospice. But I remember that they were so grateful because obviously I was just some random person, if you like. I didn't raise a lot of money, but they were just so grateful. Whereas nowadays, sadly, it's become how much, you're a commodity.
Yeah, if you don't make the fundraising target, they ask you to set up a direct debit to make up the difference and stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
I've heard.
So you've become a commodity rather than kind of. It is still goodwill.
Because they pay for the places, don't they now?
Yes,
so.
like the golden bonds and.
I think that's a bit sad, though. I don't like this idea anymore. It's a race, isn't it? It's not a flipping. Well, it is. It's just charity now, isn't it? London is just pure charity, really, isn't it?
Of course it is. But I think that it's like everything. It's gone from, making a little bit of money and media attention to now it's everything's got a price tag. That's the saddest thing, isn't it?
Yeah, but that's you've done, Vanessa, like Mary mentioned, you've done 29 London marathons, haven't you?
Yes, I've been very lucky because
How
I've got
have you done
in
that?
by
Good for
by
age,
hook or
isn't it?
by crook into the London Marathon since
It's
'91.
that speed demon in you's got you in good for age every year. How have you done it? 29 London marathons. I couldn't believe it.
It's been a combination of, I have to say, ballot. Also, you've got to bear in mind, I'm not being funny, when you two were still in your little nappies, that years ago in the London Marathon, how they used to do it was if you got rejected so many years on a trot, which I think it was 3 years, then you get an automatic place.
Yeah.
So I managed to get in a few times on that. I've got in once through the London Marathon ballot. I've also got in through my old running club ballot, and I'd say probably it's probably close to sort of a 60-40 split where I've done it for a charity for the last few years.
That's awesome. Like, particularly given, because I know how it is as somebody who, I did some of my first marathons for charity and then it was a novelty, but now people will say, but that isn't a thing. You've done a marathon. You've done a marathon. You like running.
Yeah.
Am I paying for you to do the marathon? It's like, it's not like that. It's for Macmillan Cancer. But yeah, it's hard to raise money, particularly if you worked in the same place for a long time, isn't it? So you've done so well to do 29.
Yeah, but I think, Rob, because I was such an unfit little orange round person for the first few years, people obviously thought I was they'd sponsor me and I'd probably die and not do it anyway.
We do need your space hopper photo so we can post it up when we post this. Yeah. I want to see you as a space hopper with ginger hair, because I don't believe that at all.
Well, actually, if I was a Dulux chart, I'd be called Apricot Blush. I don't think I'd be ginger. Okay?
Because you certainly don't come across as ginger to me, Vanessa, at all.
Apricot Blush to you in the right light, okay?
Apricot Blush.
I don't recognise this as you at all. Like I'm not gonna accompany you. You look in very good shape. You're always quicker than me.
You.
I am hanging on your heels whenever I try and run with you, which is a great privilege, to be honest. But geez, you're not a space hopper. If you are. Yeah. Oh God, what am I?
Space hopper or outspan oranges.
I'm a freaking beanbag or something then.
But
Jesus.
You're too young. You have to look up outspan later on Google.
Will do.
So when did you, Vanessa? When did you discover the circuit then? You know, the 100 Marathon Club and all this stuff that goes on today.
Well, again, being that whole dinosaur and kind of going in the old days. I remember for about the first 3-4 years, I only run the London Marathon. That was it, and then I run. 1 year I did 5 marathons in a year, and I remember I used to run for a club which is still around, Dagenham 88, brilliant, and because they were very local to me. And I remember the first year I did 5 marathons, people were going to me, oh, you know, you're stupid, you're going to get injured, you're going to die. I mean, so compare that to
bad for your knees.
You know, to you guys who do, you know, you're churning them out once a week. That's a joke. 5, you know, you're going to die kind of thing. You did 5 marathons, oh my God. And then it wasn't, to be fair, so I didn't really speak to that many people on the circuit until I'd probably done about 20 or 30 marathons. And then it was kind of like the polite nod where you kind of get to know people.
Yeah, you don't know them, but you do know them. Like, you recognise the face, but you don't know the name.
And then...
were you shy, Vanessa? Because I can't imagine you being shy.
I am very shy. What are you talking about? Of course I am. Of course I am. But you can't take the outspan out of a girl, do you know what I mean? It's still lurking. No. So I think I'd probably done about 30, 40 marathons, and then it was really strange because then people sort of started to kind of talk to me and go, well, you've done quite a few now, but I'd never really heard of the 100 Marathon Club at the time. And so then when there's a gentleman called Les Pullen, or One Tooth Les as he's known in the trade, and I remember talking to him one day and I was like, what do you mean you've done 100 marathons? That's like, you must be, you know, some Guinness Book of Record holder. And he was like, no, there's loads of us. And I couldn't actually physically, I couldn't comprehend that people could do that, you know, and you'd still have both your legs. Like that, you know, you didn't run 100 marathons and one of your limbs fell off.
I love it though when you do meet people and you tell them that the amount of marathons you've run and they go, oh my God, bad for your knees, how are you still alive, not got legs? This is just normal behaviour for us now, isn't it? And it's just...
Yeah, but you must have this where people kind of go, haven't you got bad knees?
Yeah, no, I don't have bad knees.
I did get asked if I, like, when someone announced I'd done 100, they're like, but isn't it bad for your knees? You're right. I was like, yeah, well, looking at me, you think that, because I am a space hopper.
You must have bad knees, or this must have happened to you. And you kind of go, well, no.
It's all the other sports that actually crippled my knees. Don't know about you.
Exactly. That you do kind of go, you know, well, hold on a moment. No, my knees were, you know, are perfectly okay. So it is quite amazing. You can't say lack of knowledge, because unless you're in it, you don't know.
Yeah,
you don't know.
Correct.
At all. But it is kind of weird that, so new people that I work with or whatever, and they'll kind of say, like, if I say, oh, I'm doing the London Marathon, would you mind sponsoring me? They kind of look at me and go, you're running the London Marathon? like hello.
All
You know what I mean?
29 times.
Yeah, exactly. They kind of look at you, and you do kind of think, well, actually, you know, the great thing about doing long distance running, the great thing about all of us are, you know, it doesn't matter if you've got ginger hair, it doesn't matter if you've got blonde hair, it doesn't matter if you're tall, it doesn't matter if you're slim, it doesn't matter if you're fat or young or whatever, you're all in it together. And that is, I think, the great thing about what we do is comradeship between us all, because let's be honest, we don't really know each other, but we do, if that makes sense. Yeah. We know loads about each other, but yet, really and truthfully, have we been together? No. It's just what we kind of pick up on the circuit. And that to me is what's great.
There's only a few people on the circuit that I've ever gone to a pub with outside of running, for example, to have a drink with.
That's because you're too bloody fast. So you need to be slower, and then you could come with us.
No. Yeah. But what I'm saying is is that like literally after all the running, after that, what you're doing on Friday night type thing. I've only ever done that once or twice with runners from the 100 Club.
Yeah.
I'm just reiterating the point, Vanessa, that you say that we know each other, but we don't really know each other. I don't really know many people outside marathon world.
But you can know some very strange things about each other.
Oh, we're very intimate. Sense. Well, the long distance runners, they'll tell any secrets, don't they?
I think
of course they do. Of course they do.
I was writing about you the other day, Vanessa. It's like actually, and the other people I've written about, it's actually such an intense experience, particularly when doing something quite extreme or hard. You'll just literally say anything. You only have to have been with someone for maybe 2 to 5 minutes, and you will tell them your deepest, darkest. If you feel it's like there, it's like, wow, what?
And it's
brilliant.
It's really weird because people must say to you guys as well. So obviously, we won't include Simon because he's too good.
No, don't. Whoa. I'm included.
No, but you are. But say so with us slower ones, not being funny, Rob, us at the back, we'll talk about any old crap, and it's quite amazing. So people say, you know, so while you're running for like 5 hours or whatever, what you know, and you say you're chatting, what do you talk about? And I say everything and anything.
Give us a few. For people that don't do this, Vanessa. Give examples, like topics. What topics are you talking about? And this, to be honest with you, this happens at the front as well. So I'm not getting on this because it does happen at the front.
Obviously, basic things you might give a little bit of a background about, you know, what job you do, or what other hobbies.
Do you guys often start with the old running CV? That's where I think it normally starts.
No. It's like, why has your week been absolute shit, and where are you? Like, why is your What are you running off today? Like, what are you running through? Why are you annoyed or upset or really happy?
Yeah. I wouldn't say my CV is that good. It's scattered.
No. Okay. So all right. So that's not one that you guys talk about then. The running CV.
No,
so it's what you do for a living.
What do you do for a living? Eventually, Simon.
What do you do for a living is one of the first ones, is it?
It's stuff like what's going on at home. You know what.
So hang on, no, Rob. So you meet somebody and you go, okay, why are you running? What's happened? That's what you do, is it?
Why are you crying?
Yeah, that's what you do, is it? Tell me about what's going on at home.
Let Vanessa tell you, because she'll speak the truth.
To be honest, Rob, I can't even remember what our first conversation was, but I think it was probably something quite rude, probably.
Well, go on. It's after 8:30.
No, I don't know. I don't even really know how we first started talking.
I think you said a couple of things about liking my bum from behind.
I did. I said nice buns as I run past.
Nice
I do remember that.
Now, I've got to ask, do you do that for everyone, or do you just particularly like seeing mine as you lap me
only
again?
To certain people, obviously.
It's going up that bridge, isn't it? And it's like, you get that profile. Like,
is that your YouTube
going
up your bridge?
What?
You speed up
to
get that view.
Guys, you're getting off the. You're missing my point here. I'm talking like not a circuit one, and you meet somebody off the circuit, and they start talking. What's that first? You know, because obviously.
Do you come here often?
Well, no, stop it. It's like it's
no, but Vanessa, you've got loads of these experiences where you've you told me one before where you met some guy in Bournemouth who was struggling, and a lot of people like.
Yeah,
but
do you know who
Tim
that
Lupton,
was? Do you know who that was?
Was it Tim Lupton?
It was Tim Lupton.
Yeah. No, that doesn't count.
No, but do you know what was the weirdest thing? It was about his third ever marathon, and so we started I caught him up, I think, and he was struggling. We started talking, and then we were walking together. And I always remember the thing that made me laugh about Tim, I love him to death, was he came to life right near the end. And so I'd kind of coerced him and helped him round for a little while. And then he ran off and he said to me, my wife's up there, right? And he said, so I'm going to go. And he belted like a whippet out of hell, right? Runs up through towards the end and finishes. And it was Jenny, obviously. And,
good, glad it was Jenny. Yeah, that is his wife. Yeah.
So Jenny, bless her, come over to me and she went, "Oh, my husband just said, oh, you really helped him," and she gave me this biggest hug ever in the world. And I remember thinking,
"Oh, Jenny hug, I miss
yeah,
those."
Exactly. I've never known I've never met this woman. She gave me a big hug and she went, "Oh, thank you very much." And I went, "Don't be silly. Your husband done it, not me." Blah blah blah. We walked away, and then a few years later, running around Foxes at the lakes.
Yeah.
Who do I see, Tim? And he went, "Hello, do you remember me?" And I'll be honest, I was thinking, was it when I was really drunk a few weeks ago?
Oh,
I danced on the table at the time. And then when he went Bournemouth Marathon, I thought, oh, thank God for that. I hadn't done anything
So
bad.
what? Yeah, but what? Okay, so what were you talking about with Tim to get him round?
I think I was just saying how, sort of this running like is a very strange thing. How some days you guys know it, you can run like, well, I won't say gazelle-like in my case, but almost gazelle-like. And then the next week you go out and you run about a mile and a half and you're like, really?
Yeah, this ain't happening.
I can't do this. What's happening today?
No,
gazelle-like.
We've totally gone off topic here. We were talking about sort of like deep, dark secrets and stuff that are shared on.
Secrets.
But that is, isn't it? I mean, that's what happens when you run stupid miles. You start talking to people, strangers, absolute strangers.
Particularly when you're doing like, Nessa, I know you've done some 24-hour events. You must have rocked up and like met and run with some people you didn't know and just started swapping stories, and it must have got intense.
Poor old Eddie is my little partner in crime, and I mean, look what's happened to him. The man's lost his hair. So what does that say? And that was in about 2 weeks of meeting me. No, you do. You just talk about whatever I think you think at the time will get you through. So obviously about, you can pick up on things if people sort of say, they talk about their children, and so you'll kind of go, oh, like, so what age is your children? Or, also what are they, at school? Are they uni? Are they this? Are they that? It's kind of the humility part, I think, where if you feel it helps somebody, you'll talk about bloody anything. I mean, I'm not the domestic goddess. I can't talk to you about cooking or anything like that because that bores me rigid. So, so it will just be, anything in general that's going on in the world. I mean, obviously we can't talk about what's going on in the world at the moment because we're not out running together.
Because nothing's happening. Yeah.
Exactly. But,
yeah.
But it is kind of thing because it's also quite weird that you can, without being funny, you can know about people's relationships. Right? Yeah, and it's quite weird. So some runners that I know on the circuit, I know sort of things about their partners or their wives or whatever. And then when you actually meet them, you kind of think,
oh,
well,
that's not what I thought
he said about you, is it? You know what I mean?
Didn't think you were like that.
Yeah, exactly. So it's really strange, what you pick up, I suppose.
People will say all sorts, though, won't they? Just one random example, like I was running on the South Downs I think marathon for the only time I've ever done it, and some lady caught up with me when I was really struggling, and she started telling me about how she'd had miscarriages and things, and she was recovering from cancer.
This is what I'm talking about.
And it's like, whoa, it's like, wow, but like,
yeah,
then that makes me.
But you're an easy character to get on with anyway, but sometimes isn't running considered almost like your therapy?
It's better than therapy, and it's definitely cheaper than real therapy.
It's cheaper than real therapy, says Rob. Yeah,
that is my quote.
No, but it can be, because let's be honest, who are we to judge if if I'm running with you, Rob, and sometimes, let's be honest, we haven't been the most athletic of people, and we've sort of turned up and gone, oh yeah, well I had a couple of bottles of wine last night and I did this and I had that kebab at like midnight and I'm running like
Speak
7
for
hours
yourself.
later and wonder why I feel crap.
I wasn't being sick in a bin at the AGM.
I love the fact that I'm at this same race here. Probably, I was at the AGM and I was in a worse state than Rob, really. But
I have to
Yeah,
say,
but still ran sub 3, so shut up.
My really bad time is the night before my 100th marathon. The night before my 100th marathon. And this is where I really met my dearest friend, who we all know, Mr. Martin Bush. That's when my first real proper encounter with him, drinking at like 1 o'clock in the morning for my 100th marathon, can you believe? And I remember my other half was so drunk. Hello, talk about, you know, respect here and, you know, helping you on the way. He found a broom in the toilet, as you do, and he come out and sang on the stage as Elvis Presley.
So
there you go.
It's your other half,
in the
is
morning.
it?
And I remember thinking, my family's going to be turning up, and I'm supposed to be running in like 9 hours. Do you know what I mean?
9 hours? That's a lot of sleep. Jeez, you didn't stay up late enough. We did the same before my 100th.
Rob,
it's like, well, you've got to, haven't you? Yeah.
Yeah,
no, I
you
didn't.
do.
No, sorry, I didn't for mine.
No, of course you didn't. You had a protein shake and went to bed at 8
Yeah, I
p.m.
know. He was in
Well
bed
done,
by
Simon.
about 7:30.
I was
reading.
I actually had a house.
Reading the Daily
Boring.
Mail or
No,
something.
all right, I won't bore you.
No,
You
come
already
on.
have.
No,
Too
I
late.
had I moved house on my 99th, which was the day before my 100th, and then
Oh my God.
yeah, obsessed.
And didn't have a cheeky vino to celebrate.
And I think my foot was in a saucepan, trying to soak up a blister or something like that. I can't remember, or a toenail falling off.
This is how the pros do it, Nessa.
Yeah.
You must have been so popular at home, though, running on your 99, running on the day you moved.
Right, let's move on. Rob, haven't you got a game like Snog, Marry, Avoid or something?
Yeah, I've got a game.
Go on then.
So Vanessa, we've played this before with mixed results. Right. So Vanessa, you've played Snog, Marry, Avoid before, haven't you?
No, I'm not into that sort of thing. I'm a proper forensic surveillance.
Right, this is
surveillance
very
agent.
simple.
Why would I-
Vanessa.
why would I
Yeah,
do
but
that?
you're also from Essex, so you definitely.
Vanessa, this is very simple, right? Rob is going to give us a category of people or something like that. So the last time we did this, it was with race directors, and you've got to pick.
Oh, dear.
You've got to pick one you'd snog, right? One you'd marry, and then one you'd avoid. That's it.
Yeah, and the category's pretty broad. So Vanessa, fill your boots. Snog, marry, avoid. Hollywood actors or film movie stars.
Go. Who'd you snog, Vanessa?
Who are you snogging? Yeah.
Right. So sorry. What was my
Hollywood
options?
film actors. So you can pick anyone you want. Who are you going to give a snog to?
Hollywood film actors. Right. I have to say, bit weird, bit
What,
random.
the snog?
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
The snog?
Yeah.
Schwarzenegger.
Yes.
Why?
Why?
His buns remind me of Rob's, obviously.
What?
When I'm
Well-
running behind Rob, obviously I go, oh my God, it's Arnie.
Like, stop
So
that.
you feel like
Stop,
that, yeah.
stop. What's the real reason? That's not a real reason.
Oh, sorry. Come on.
It's
Give him the
a real
reason.
That's not what. Sorry, we've given you free reign here to snog a celebrity, a movie star,
Yes.
and you've gone
Yes.
Arnold Schwarzenegger because he reminds me of
Yes.
Rob.
Yes, because obviously
I'm fine with the answer.
Look, come on, he's taught in places that we're not, so why wouldn't I?
Oh,
There we
God,
go.
move on. Who'd you
Who are you
marry?
going to marry?
Who's I
the lucky?
marry?
Who's the lucky man or woman?
So yeah, you've got
potentially?
you've got to live with this person, and
Who would I,
know.
right? So
Who's
what
going to
Hollywood,
look after you?
what Hollywood star would I marry?
Well, it's more than look after, Rob. I mean, it's got to be exciting, isn't it? You're going to spend the rest of your bloody days.
I haven't
with
been married. I don't know. You tell me. You've been married.
Move on. Let's.
Hollywood star who I'd marry. Oh God. I think it's got to be somebody who would really make me laugh.
Oh
But
God, we're
then
going to get like some
obviously
shit comedian coming up, are we?
That's what I'm thinking of, because who might make you laugh on TV might not necessarily make you laugh at home. Let's be honest. When he squeezes the toothpaste out or something in a very random way, or breathes at you or something, and you kind of go, God, I want to kill you.
What's
Life in lockdown's been tough to you.
Who would I want to marry? Okay, I think, to be honest, I would quite like to marry Mel Gibson, but only
Bloody
if
Isn't he a drunk?
Only-
Isn't he a
no,
drunk?
Hold on.
No,
only
he's
if
mental.
He were to wear his kilt and that stupid wig that he wore in Braveheart.
Do you like kilts? Do you like rousing speeches?
No,
Do you like
that's so
arousing
random.
speeches?
What is
Wow.
going on?
It's nothing like
Wow,
it.
no,
It's a
that
windy
is-
day.
that's
Come
left
on.
field.
Right, can we just clarify here, Vanessa? You are
Yes.
you are marrying the character rather than the actor, are you?
Yeah, because that wig was so bad that I would wake up every day and go, God, I'm like Miss World.
Get that
There you
shit
go.
out of my face.
And who are you going to avoid then?
Who am I going to avoid?
Probably plenty of good options here.
Marlon Brando, because I've seen quite a lot of his films and I know what he does.
Hey, explain.
Is he even still alive? I can't
No,
remember
he's
if
dead
alive
ages
or not.
ago, Rob.
He's not.
Yeah.
Well, he either does bad things to you or puts a horse's head in your bed, doesn't
No,
he?
no. So
that's-
stop, Vanessa. You got this wrong. So you're not avoiding Marlon
Not
Brando.
marrying
You're
the
avoiding the
character.
character, aren't you?
You're
avoiding the character. You're avoiding the Godfather.
Yeah.
I think that's
okay.
fair enough.
But that's
Okay,
fine.
so
That's
I
fine.
probably
That's fine. That's fine. If you've gone with the characters, haven't you? Which I personally, because you don't know the actors, do you? You know the characters. Yeah. Okay, I like that. Rob, what about you, son? Who you marrying? Oh, sorry, who you
Why you
snogging?
start with?
Who you snogging? Who you snogging?
Sandra Bullock when she was in Miss Congeniality.
Good shout.
She is like, no, yeah, it's just easy, isn't it? You know, don't even have to explain that one.
Well,
Look
I
at
think you do.
The lady never ages. She's like a film star she's like a film star version of
Neither
Sarah
does a
Marshall.
bottle of wine, Rob. But there you go.
But are you saying,
So,
Rob?
why
Rob,
not
are
just
you
go
saying you're marrying the character? Yeah.
No, I'm snogging her.
Sorry, snogging. You're snogging the character, or are you?
Yeah,
or are you snogging Sandra Bullock? You might as well snog. You might as well snog Sandra Bullock because it means there's no difference,
Sandra
is
Bullock,
there?
But I was giving you a bit of reference.
Because give a
wasn't I?
shit about the
Making it
character. I
colourful.
can't remember. It's such a crap film.
Yeah,
it's such a
I
crap
only
film.
Said it, I only said it because I don't want her in Bird Box when she's all panicked and wearing like.
What's Bird Box? What's Bird Box?
Bird Box is a film where she's like in a world where if you look at something, you like commit suicide.
Yeah,
so
sounds
I don't
crap.
want her in
Yeah, I
that.
remember
Right.
the film, yeah.
Okay, who you
Let's
marrying?
have her in that or
who you
Speed.
marrying?
Speed. I'll take her in Speed.
I'd take her in Speed.
Who am I marrying? Who am I going to marry? Oh, bloody hell. I think Daniel Day-Lewis.
Hmm?
He works hard. He's
Sorry.
very good.
Are you marrying the actor? Are you-
Yeah, I am. I'm
You're marrying
marrying
the
the actor because Daniel Day-Lewis commits. He's good with commitment, so let's have Daniel Day-Lewis because
Examples.
He
What do you
also-
mean?
Julie Andrews.
He's
in,
nice and choosy. No, he's
what is it? Whatever that song is.
Sound of Music.
That's it. That's the kiddie.
Daniel Day-Lewis is like the quintessential method actor.
Yeah,
He's
I understand
also-
that.
Yeah, no, he's.
But why are you marrying him though? What's he got
Well,
for you?
He'd work hard at it, wouldn't he? And he's got quite a lot of money and Oscars.
He'd work hard with the marriage.
I need someone that's willing to put in some hard yards because they would not put up with me otherwise, would they?
Oh, nice game. All right. Somebody
Always so
scored on
broken.
Vanessa's telly. That's first football.
Hey.
Well, it's not Steve anyway. Hey!
Jesus,
And,
but this is a running. To anyone who's just started listening, this is a running podcast, yeah. Right, Rob, who are you avoiding?
Avoid Harvey Weinstein,
He's not a movie star.
Kevin Spacey.
What's wrong with?
What's wrong with Kevin Spacey? State of you.
No, I'm sorry. That went off too quick.
It explains itself. We're done. Next,
Oh,
Simon,
man.
you. Come on.
Who
Snog
am
by
I,
avoid.
who am I snogging? Shit. You know that I always have to really overthink these things, and I haven't actually thought about this whilst asking you people.
I just expected it to be total shit and like that girl from Transformers or something.
Whoever that is. I would probably snog. I had a massive crush on. Oh no, she's South African, but I can't remember her bloody name. She's in.
not Charlie Theron.
Yeah, what's wrong with her, Vanessa?
No, nothing. I have to say, I'm not talking about her in her acting because she's a good actress, but she does the advert for J'adore.
Oh, some shit. Yeah. No, actually, sorry. I've got no. Hang on. I do know. It's Eva. Eva Green, who's the Bond girl Vesper Lind in Casino Royale. But
Okay, fair enough.
But she plays a character in Sin City 2, and she's brutal. That one, I'd snog that. Questions? No? Can I move on?
No,
we haven't got
it
anything
makes
to say
sense.
on that one.
Although it makes me feel like I should have picked Uma Thurman now, but there we go. Carry on.
Okay, what's the next one? Marry. Actress.
You had the most time to think about it.
I know I did, but you know I overthink these things, and I just don't know. Actually marrying, I've got to spend the rest of my bloody days with them.
Yeah.
Easier if she's got a lot of money, though. To be
Well,
fair.
they've all got money, haven't they? They've all got money. All right, which actress has got the most money?
Well, you could go for one that's older that might pop off quicker, I suppose.
Are you
if you're...
kidding? Let's go. Oh no, I'd just be guessing, but let's go Cameron Diaz. She was always quite nice, wasn't she? But
she's got a bit of an alien head, but
alien head.
Yeah, it's like saying Angelina Jolie. She's got an alien face
I'm
as
going.
well.
I'm going with the character that she plays in. Oh, it's a bit girly, but maybe The Holiday or The Mask. Either one of those two.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
What about Void? Void is easy. Come on.
Yeah. I'm going to avoid. I don't know. Give me some names. I'm crap at this category. I thought I'd be good at this category.
It's easy. I think you'd avoid who's a bitch.
Bitch is a character, or bitch is in.
No, just a person. It's gonna be really difficult. I'm trying to think of the female version of Val Kilmer.
Well, they're all bloody psychos, aren't they? These movie stars.
Not being funny, like high maintenance.
Well, they all are, aren't they?
Kim Kardashian or somebody like that.
Who the hell is that? Who the hell is that? I don't know.
She's not a movie star, and it's embarrassing you don't know who she is.
Well, it depends. She's been in one particular good movie.
Okay. Oh, no, I've got one. I'd avoid Pamela Anderson.
Fair enough.
What a mess.
You should have said Jennifer Aniston, actually, now I think about it, because Jennifer Aniston is a terrible person.
Is she?
Yeah, I'm guessing she is.
Oh,
but
okay.
All right, back to running.
That's that done. Is it back to running? Because you've got some...
It's back to running. No,
okay,
it's back to running.
Go on then.
So, Nessa, you've done 100 miles. You've done some 24-hour races too. You're obviously a seasoned athlete with your 300-plus marathons.
How many Fs in that athlete?
You are a seasoned space hopper with ginger hair, apparently. So Simon and I are gearing up to, and I know you're going to join us on a couple of them, maybe 100 milers. So, what are your top tips? Your 3 top tips, like quick fire, to do long distance running. What would you give anyone as tips?
Take on board what other people tell you that work for them, but don't think that's the magic cure for you. And when I say that, so the sort of 100 miler that I did, that was my first.
You did Samfire, didn't you?
Sorry?
Samfire?
The Samfire Ho.
Mm.
I remember I've never had such bad blisters in my life, but I did all this, change your trainers, change your socks every so many hours, like people told me to do, and I actually found that it didn't work for me. So, but it is trial and error, as you guys know, and unfortunately you can't get the error until you're actually in it. But I think take on board what everybody says to you, 100%, but you are an individual, and because you're an individual, I'm not being funny, you have to listen to your gut feeling. And if your gut feeling says, look, this has always worked for me, do it.
Absolutely.
Don't worry if somebody says to you, well, I'm not being funny, a couple of days before you need to start eating, blah, 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 right? If you've never done it before, don't worry about it. I seriously believe, people always tell you the good things, and that's right, because they're trying to help you and encourage you. But, we're not all built the same, so I think you just got to take everything with a pinch of salt. And,
how seriously, Vanessa? I mean, you've done 100, yeah? Is that right?
Yeah, I've done 100.
So, I mean...
I tried the canal run and got timed out, so...
Okay. But how serious did you take that 100 miler? I mean...
When I think about it now, I don't think I did.
Yeah.
Because I could have definitely gone in there a lot fitter. I did a lot of plus things, if that makes sense. And when I say plus things, I started to do training sessions in the gym, which would be not running orientated. I started to do things like core and,
Blimmin' hell, that is serious.
Yeah, I know. I mean, what's that all about? All this malarkey. Like, because I, not trying to be rude, but because I sort of started running so long ago, when you first used to do a marathon years ago, you used to get like jelly beans and a bit of water, so you didn't have gels and da 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 da. So it's all kind of evolved, and like I said, I can't sort of emphasise this enough. We are all different. So because I say to you, I don't take gels because they make me feel a bit sick, that doesn't mean to say a gel doesn't work for you. But I think with the 100 marathon, I think with the 100 miler, I think I winged it a bit. But I've got to be honest, because yes, I did a few 50 miles, and the 24 hours are definitely your bread and butter to learn what it's like to run without the sleep.
Well, that's brilliant though. Like, that sounds like massive preparation, Vanessa, because a lot of 100 milers, they ask you to do some of the like hard ones. Will say your qualifier is doing a 50 miler.
Yeah,
and you've done so for, yeah.
I think to me the 24 hour rather than a set hour teaches you're running on tired legs. Do you know what I mean? That even if you are kind of, your brain is saying, I haven't slept and I want to have a little kip. Do you know what I mean? That you're kind of like, no, this is what I need to do. So to do 24 hours, I think pays absolute dividends, because it just gives you that mindset of what it's like to run through the night, and then the next morning, our bodies are absolutely amazing. Because I remember the first 24 hour I ever did, at about 3:30 in the morning, I was shattered, and then literally within about 45 minutes, I was lucky. It was in the summer. The sun started to come up. The little birdies were all out, happy. We've had a nice sleep. And I was like, this isn't that bad.
Did you have a nap, or did you just keep going? Did you truck through all 24 hours? Good girl.
Good girl.
It's funny, Rob, because I'm not a fast enough runner. I haven't got the luxury to have a little snooze.
I know how you feel.
I've got to keep at it, but I can do that. I can do that by like literally just keeping on my feet. You know this. Just keep on your feet and keep going. And it was really weird. Through the night, you're a bit like the kind of zombie dead man walking, and then the sun comes up, little birdies are singing. You're like, actually, it's not that bad.
It was weird because
you know what I mean?
the highlights that I think both Rob and I had at Samphire last year was the night, and it was atrocious
did the really
weather.
Bad one though.
I did, yeah, but it was atrocious weather. But our highlights were the night. I don't really recall much of the day. I love the night.
I've always found it hard when the sun comes up again, just because it psychologically tells me that I've been going for more than a day, and it's the bit that everyone says is great, and it's all sunny again. It's like, hang on, I quite liked that it had cooled down, and I was just able to do my thing, and no one was seeing me, and I was just trucking around. But I think I'm the definite outlier there, so I do get why the bird singing and the new day could make people feel really good.
Well,
and what's your third tip?
I think it's just your body kind of going, it's a new day. This is not the start, but, this is kind of, you're rejuvenated a bit because you've got light, if that makes sense.
Definitely. And you suddenly see everyone around you, I guess, which is why we do what we do.
And so I think that for me, to go into a 100 miler, definitely a 24 hour, because that, like I said, that just takes you into a different territory, if you like, to kind of run through the night. Some people are scared of running through the night. I actually found it quite calming, to be honest. That you hear things that you would never normally hear, if you pardon the expression, and you know what I mean. You do, and I just think it's something different. So that's, for me, to do a couple of 24 hours definitely works.
Is there anything else, Nessa, you'd suggest?
Doesn't have to be. Just say no.
What, for a 100 miler? I think a very great lady who I'm sure you all know, the lovely Ellen Cotton, basically told me a story when she did her first ever 100 miler. She did a DNF. And it was very strange. So apparently one of her friends said, yeah, but you kept saying, if I do 100 miles, not when. And that little word, I think, makes a big difference to your mindset. To don't say, if I do my 100 miles, it's when I do my 100 miles. And I always remember she told me that story way before I'd even ever contemplated doing a 100 miler. And I don't know why, but bless her little heart. I remember that was in my mind when I was doing my 100 miler. It's not if, it's when. And I think that's just a great, one little word can make all the difference to your mentality.
Yeah, because you're there and you're committed. And people were asking, like,
yes.
Remember at Samphire 100, people were asking, like, could you drop down? And I never thought about it, never crossed my mind. It was like, no, I'm here to do 100 miles. That's what I signed up to. I'm doing 100 miles. And forget the time.
When you get that buckle, it's when, it's not if, it's when you're going to get it.
That's great advice.
So, Rob, you've already pushed on the next little quick-fire funny questions thing here. I'm reading it. It's in front of me. Vanessa, Rob has put together some questions. It's going to have to be quick-fire, so you're going to have to respond very quickly so that we can...
Is this like the chase?
I don't know. Is it like
It's not that hard. It's not that hard. Simon doesn't watch TV, so don't do it. I'm going to start us off, Vanessa. We're going to go quick-fire. Simon,
not the first question, Rob, because we've already answered that one.
What? Yeah, but what's like? So I'm just gonna fire the question at you, Vanessa. And I want like a quick answer. So, do you have any pets?
Kind of. I've inherited two.
But what are they?
Cats.
Cats. You got two cats. Great. Right. What song gets you on the dance floor?
Oh my God. Anything, especially after a bottle of wine. So there you go.
A bottle of wine, then. So, what's your favourite thing in your bedroom right now?
What is that question?
Me, obviously. Me and you, obviously.
Oh my God.
Are you okay? You're in your bedroom right now.
Yes.
Right. Who is your biggest inspiration in life?
Oh God. My biggest inspiration. Do you know what? My dad. Nice. I'm going to say my dad.
That's an answer.
Beautiful.
Rob?
Describe yourself when you were a teenager in 3 words.
Round, fat, and optimistic.
I don't even understand this question. What is your spirit animal?
What is my spirit animal?
Yeah.
Foxy, obviously.
A what?
Foxy,
Rob.
Obviously.
A fox. What is in your handbag right now?
Oh, well, obviously all the important things like nail glue, eyelashes and a hairbrush.
Okay.
In case I get run over.
What is your biggest pet hate?
People who are judgmental.
And back to the sort of like actor theme or actress theme, who would play you in a biopic of your life when it gets made into a movie, Vanessa?
Danny DeVito.
What?
I love how quick the answer is.
Yeah, and how shit it is as well.
Danny DeVito. State of this. Could have had Jennifer Aniston. She's ginger.
I might split my rosé out then. Do you mind?
Oh, I love it. So quick.
God.
So good. We always ask Vanessa, like, tell us about your 3 favourite races ever. Like, just in quick fire, like, what, like third to first. What have you been your favourite races or events you've ever done?
Definitely my first ever marathon is my favourite, which is London, purely because the crowd, the atmosphere, everything, and I think, like I said, the fact that I never thought I would do anything like that, and I did. So that to me, hands up for the whole atmosphere. I think also I've done a few shitters, if you pardon the expression, in terms of time and everything else. Paris Marathon for my PB.
Under 4 hours, wasn't it? 3:58. Am I right?
About 3:38, I think it was,
Ooh.
something like that. Which is normally it's about 3:38 in the afternoon for me.
You are in the stables camp, aren't you?
But no, that was just a combination of everything on the day going right, and I was fitter, definitely. I even stopped drinking for a while. Shocking. But I think, to be fair, also as well, I loved Rick's Remembrance Run, not last year, but the year before. And I just loved that for the fact that everybody was a team, if that makes sense.
Which one?
Everybody from slowest to the fastest.
This year or which year?
You're talking 2018, aren't you?
2018, yeah.
I was at
Yeah,
the first
one where he did it. It's the 2 minutes. It's the hour around the 2 minute silence.
Yeah.
I just what I really liked was you know what it's like, Simon. You're a quick runner, but everybody in that was just so humble, and everybody sort of stopped and paid their respects, and I just thought that was for a low key. And
Yeah, it was haunting. It was haunting. It wasn't. But that day, that day wasn't low key though. There was about 200 people.
Yeah,
wasn't there?
it was
More
just
than
like
that.
everybody kind of had their own. How can I put it? Their own way of respecting, if that made sense. Do you know what I mean? Everybody, I just think, was aware of everyone around them, what the day was for, and I just thought that was really lovely.
And I can just remember, actually, at that particular event, I happened to be at the aid station. I really wanted to be in the middle square where I usually aim for, where all the dog walkers and stuff are, because they all stop, which makes it quite special.
As well.
I know, and that's mad, just because we all suddenly stopped like statues, and they stopped too with their dogs and their kids, and it's incredible. But I was at the aid station. I just remember a couple of people actually like being a bit teary, and then everyone flooding out from the aid station when the minute was over, and everyone just had like this massive group hug. I don't know if you all saw that where you were, but that was quite moving, like extra moving compared to even the silence. It's like, Jesus, this is, it's a great choice.
No, I just thought it was, it was just something different. It was away from, I like a big city marathon, I'll be honest with you, I do, right? But this is different because it's the extreme of, just everybody was just like humble, I think. And I just thought that was really nice. No matter how good you are, how bad you are, whether you're going to walk it, you're going to run it, who cares? It was just like, for those few minutes, it doesn't matter. I'm not being funny what your politics are, what your religion are. It doesn't matter. Do you know what I mean? You're all in it together, if that makes sense.
No, totally. And last question I've got to ask you, Vanessa, is you've done a lot of stuff, obviously, over 300 marathons now, but like, we've talked about things and doing 100-miler together, for example, but what have you still got left to do on your list that you want to do before you stop doing all this running malarkey?
Do you know, you guys are a total new breed, a new inspiration, because I've never done a 10 in 10.
Oh,
and
wow.
I've done a couple of quads, right? And I've done sort of like a triple, and I've done this, but I've never done a 10 in 10. And I'll be honest with you, there's a big part of me that doesn't think I can do it, but I'd love to, because I just think that, to me, you guys, to do that is just so awesome, to get up every morning, you know what I mean, and get up every morning and kind of go, right, I'm running a marathon today. And then you must have all had days, like Nick, with all the things he's achieved, to get up every morning and kind of go out and do that. Let's be honest, there's got to be days where you just want to go, no, no day.
I have to say,
raining.
I think 10 in 10.
You know what I mean? I'm not going out today.
10 in 10 is very much like COVID-19 in the fact that you do have ups and downs. And like COVID-19, you just got to get the fuck on with it. And you do. And you finish every day. Everyone gets through every day. Stop me, Rob, from getting too silly here. But it is a bit the same like that. There will be a finish line.
Yeah, but the comradeship that you guys must have shared, and the only reason I say that was the first quad I ever did was Foxy's around the Enigma.
The Quadzilla.
And I remember I kind of got talked into doing that. And I remember day 3, my calves were crying. I was crying. Do you know what I mean? It rained. We had hail. It was just like, what on earth am I doing here? I've paid for this. Why am I doing this? For what reason on earth? And then I remember day 4, it was like, right, you're going to get through this, even if you're on your knees. But the comradeship was brilliant, which is why I signed up for it again and again. I signed up for it again.
That's what it is.
So to do 10 in 10, do you know what I mean? But I know.
Yeah, it's double.
I remember how I felt.
It's double. It's basically double.
That first year, on day 3, I remember that, like, I was sharing a room with Brenda and Colette from Ireland. And I remember Brenda is like Tigger. The alarm clock goes off and she's 0 to 60 in a second. You know what I mean? Like a kind of Ford Puma or whatever it is. And I can remember she's all jumping around the room. And I was like, I actually
try sharing a room with me and just see the snoozes going off.
I actually want to get a note from my mum to say, Vanessa can't come out today because she's a space opera and she needs to have a shower. Do you know what I mean? One of those. And she's got a bit of a cold. You know what I mean? I remember, and before I knew it, I was lining up with everybody, and it was like, well, here we go. You know what I mean?
Mm.
So to do the 10 in 10, I'm in awe of you guys.
Do it.
I really am.
Vanessa, seriously, man.
I think
just
once you've done,
do it.
if you've done for Vanessa and done everything you've done, like
Yeah,
there's
do
no
it.
question that you could do it.
Do
It's just
it.
if you want to, and some people don't. And if you want to, go do it. And
I secretly want to. But
go
I
do
think
the tunnel too. Get in the tunnel.
No,
get
don't
in
do-
the
I've
tunnel.
done
don't
my
do that.
email for the tunnel. Don't you worry.
I've
my
done
email
mine,
for the
and then I've,
tunnel.
Love
I've,
it.
I've quickly hit the delete button. Don't do it. No one's going to finish that. No one's going to finish that nonsense. Come on, guys.
See, that's what I want Simon to keep saying, because that means I'll finish it
No,
just to spite him.
Rob and I are going to hold hands, and we're going to skip at the end, like
You're not going to hold
Dorothy
hands.
in her red shoes.
You're not going to
It's
hold
going to be
hands.
so romantic.
You're
I
not gonna
can't
hold-
wait.
Stop it. Stop it. You're not going to hold hands for 55 hours and still be happy.
As long as we do it at the beginning and at the end, who gives a shit about the middle bit? Let's be honest.
Oh, have you seen the state of it? Oh, no.
I can't wait to be in the tunnel with Vanessa.
Three.
Let's see what naughtiness goes on there, eh?
Especially when it's dark, eh?
Come on, Steve's
Well,
watching
steady
the West Ham game next door. Come on.
He's not watching West Ham, he's watching Tottenham.
Oh,
son.
Tottenham, sorry. Yeah, football.
Nessa's
Yeah,
our West
he's
Ham
Tottenham.
supporter.
I'm Ahma, he's not.
It's whites roundabouts on the ground, football. That's the only chant I know for football. I don't know any of the teams.
I know, you don't know
Yeah.
football. Let's not talk anymore.
No.
We'll upset Simon if we talk about football
Yeah.
too much. So, well, Vanessa, thank you for giving us the time. Like that was
No, thank
brilliant.
you.
Your wisdom, your surveillance,
Yeah.
and all
So
of
what
that.
I say to people is, whatever I say, do the opposite and you'll be fine.
Well, it sounded pretty much like
I
what
dunno.
we're all doing, to be honest.
Following your example, lovely. So,
Sorry,
What?
yes.
So shit.
so.
This is like the Undateables.
No, you're
Will
gonna
you
have
see
to
each
cut
other
with this.
again?
Oh,
no.
not this.
Yeah.
So thanks to Vanessa, and then I'm going to say thanks for listening, guys. So
If you're
basically,
still awake.
just to let you know, like what's coming up. So tomorrow we've got the Zoom virtual Band of Runners Sunday Club.
What do you mean
At
tomorrow?
6:30 PM.
No, that means just I'm just going to have to chuck this on now. No.
You have to chuck it on tomorrow morning.
Right. Okay. Carry on, Rob. Don't be gay. Just carry on, because I'm not editing all this crap. So just carry on.
So on Sunday we've got Sarah Marshall's birthday. Happy birthday, Sarah! I'm not going to sing to you now, but Marshall's birthday coming up, so we're going to do a little chat there and have a little drink. Tea, coffee is fine. Tia Maria is also fine.
Tia
And we're
Maria
going to
and
go for a little
coffee.
jog together, or have a little sit down, or talk, or whatever, like we do every Sunday, because we love it. Everyone loves it.
Also,
Also,
like the Archers.
Who? What?
also, just to let everyone know, I've got a charity treadmill dawn till dusk event coming up next Friday, 24th April.
Are you singing?
Tune in for that.
Are you singing?
I'm going to be singing. But only for donors. You got to donate anything.
I don't know
Donors.
what to say
Donate a
to you.
kidney. Donate a kidney.
Anyway,
You bet-
donate's £1 or
You
more.
don't want my kidney.
I will sing you a song. And the last thing also to say, new competition, guys, because we haven't had a weird competition for a while. And to be honest, considering how brilliant you've all been at buying some of the kit, we're running out of kit, guys. So
Again?
the prize for this competition is to be a guest host of the podcast, which is going to make Simon really angry.
Rob,
but I
no one
like
wants
it.
that. No one wants to do that.
Everyone wants it. So to win the pleasure of our company for an evening and host one of these podcasts, and you can tell us what to do, what to wear, knickers, no knickers, whatever. All you got to do is follow the example of Jonathan White and get your Band of Runners kit on, because all of you've got loads of kit now, and strike a pose when you're out for your run or you're in your house, or do something interesting, or a TikTok video. I don't care. Make me happy. It's been a difficult week. Give me some joy, give everyone some joy, and we'll pick a winner by Friday lunchtime. How's that?
Excellent. So thanks all for listening. Thank you, Vanessa, for coming on, and we'll see you next week.
No, thank you.
If not
And
before.
if anyone's got insomnia, you can hear this several times tonight.
Excellent. Thank you very much, guys. Sleep well.
Big kiss. Love
Okay,
you all.
thank
Bye.
you too. Take
Night.
care.
Bye.